Hey guys, if you're enjoying the content that I'm making, please click that subscribe button. Also remember to click that bell button and make sure to tick that box to send all notifications so you don't miss out on any videos. With that in mind, let's get on with the video. What's up guys, welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you another episode of Adventures Chatlog. And of course, we are joined by Deli. Hello, hello.
Hoi hoi.
So, 4.1 just came out.
Yep.
We haven't gone into Ultimate Bahamut or Ultimate Coil.
Yeah.
And that's not looking like we're gonna be there anytime soon.
Yeah.
But have you seen any videos, or do you didn't want to spoil yourself?
I didn't really want to spoil anything, but I have seen a small, 20-second clip of Nail, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, so
Yeah.
nothing really.
We're not gonna be covering a lot of the Ultimate Coil, but just to give you a perspective of how the first two phases are. So the first phase, we all know we're gonna fight Twin Tanya first, right?
Yeah.
Basically, there's a DPS check for each phase. The DPS check for Twin Tanya is 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So you need to pretty much kill Twin Tanya within that time limit. It'll go down to 1%. There's no 5%, 10%. There's none of that. You really have to take it down to 1% in 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then when you get to Nail, you got 3 minutes to pretty much take her down before you go on to the next phase.
Yeah. Doesn't sound too bad, but...
Doesn't sound too bad? With all the mechanics, twisters.
I think it's doable. I mean, obviously it's doable, but you just need a group that isn't bad.
Yeah. From what I hear, Twin Tanya isn't too bad. It's like a small test of how you manage mechanics, but from what I keep hearing or seeing when it comes to Nail is she's pretty tough.
Isn't there all those tethers and stuff still? Like the fire and the ice and the lightning tether?
Yeah, so there's still that. And you know how there was 3 dragons before that was floating on the side?
Yeah.
Or T9? Well, there's 5 now. There's 5 dragons floating on all, pretty much in the corners. I'd like to see what happens there, but obviously we're not going to be there yet. We're still in the progression for 04. And yeah, we're not going to go into our own personal stuff there.
Yeah.
And so with the talk of all these DPS checks for each phase for Ultimate Coil, I want to get your opinion on built-in parsers.
I don't really see any reason we don't have them already, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just, the usual, I guess, comments or whatever, or argument towards built-in parsers is basically saying, it can get toxic when it comes to the community.
Yeah, but that happens anyway, so it's not like it's going to really change much. Other than, having a benchmark for people to improve themselves.
I think if there's a personal parser, not a party parser, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's one way around it. It's like, oh, I want to get better. I want to parse myself. And you can compare that parse to whatever. But it's not like, they're actually banning you for using ACT.
Yeah. No, they
Because
always never did.
yeah, because from their point of view, as long as you don't hassle someone when it comes to their DPS, in raid type of situations or whatnot, then they won't care.
Yeah.
And as long as you keep quiet about using it, you're not really into like, openly using it or talking about it in forums, they're just gonna keep quiet about it.
Yeah, no, I think a personal password is okay, because that kind of alleviates the, people being dickheads about it. But I
Yeah.
mean, it's good to have like a benchmark to see where people are at and how they can improve and things.
I think the way, the FF logs do it, like, okay, you do your personal DPS, you parse yourself, and then at the end of the raid, it just shows you where you're at. Okay, you're in the 50th percentile. There's definitely room for a lot of improvements. You're in the
Yeah,
70s now. You've improved quite a bit. Now, you try to get to the 80s, 90s, or
yeah,
eventually. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't do it like that. I mean, it sort of they sort of do it in Sky, Sea, and Stone, is it?
oh yeah, the training dummy thingies.
Yeah, it's sort of like that though. I haven't really gone in there, not even once.
Yeah, I've been in a few times. It's just killing a dummy in time, but that doesn't really. It's not really a good gauge of DPS anyway.
Mm.
So,
Because this
and
is, I'm
yeah,
guessing it's different from the actual fight anyway.
yeah, it's literally just a training dummy. There's no like mechanics or anything.
Mm.
It's not a good gauge of anything.
Yeah. um, and talking about these, I mean, Yoshi P actually did say that, when it comes to the parsers, that as long as you don't say it, he's okay with it.
Yeah.
um, and this is actually the next topic we're going to now is another Yoshi P one where he had an interview about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I actually wanted to cover this in an earlier episode of ACL, but because 4.1 came out, we sort of did the preliminary patch instead, and so on and so forth. So we never really got to talk about this. And it's about Final Fantasy XIV going free to play. He didn't say no to it, but he said if the player base wants it, they will look into it. How do you feel about Final Fantasy XIV actually going free to play?
I'll probably quit, honestly, because I really am not a fan of free to play.
Honestly, for me as well, I actually don't want Final Fantasy XIV to go free to play. It
Yeah, if you go free to play, then they have to implement other ways to get profit to update the game and things, like more Mog Station bullshit, which is a pain in the ass already.
Yeah, we
And
already get it in like Moog Station stuff that I feel like we shouldn't be getting it, but they're doing it anyway.
yeah, and also having a subscription based whatever, it helps keep out like really shit people, I guess. Well, or like you're not going to get like a fucking 10-year-old just downloading the game and coming on, are you? If it's subscription based.
Yeah, I suppose that's one way to think about that as well. To me, the free-to-play model, as you said, they need to find revenue somewhere else, and that's gonna be like Moog Station stuff. And even though they will say, it's for glamour only and whatnot, what happens to the crafters?
Yeah.
They're gonna have to reevaluate the crafting stuff as well. They might just be for, I guess, raid progression stuff now. There won't be any new um, glamour for the crafters to work on. So I feel like if they're actually gonna do that, it's gonna affect the crafting in Final Fantasy 14. Not that you do it, but and I don't do a lot of crafting as well, apart from our food and just the
Yeah.
like basic stuff. So I don't really make 2-star um, glamours or whatnot.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it just affects the quality of the game in general, I suppose.
yeah.
So
And the one thing that it probably I don't like with free to play is the inconsistency of when we will get the updates.
yeah, that too. So they wouldn't have any set salary. Like,
Yeah, every 3 months.
yeah,
It's like,
it would
six
just be
months
whenever they get
later, there's
enough
still
money.
nothing.
And they'll just blame us for not buying more Mog stations.
It probably will. Who knows? So, yeah, I'm definitely in the category of I'd rather this game remains pay to play. We get consistent updates, and consistent maintenance, even though some we don't really know. Just to keep the servers okay. I mean, we already got a pretty bad net coding, so imagine free to play Final Fantasy 14 playing in Australia.
No, that would be terrible. The
Yeah.
servers would just be packed. That's another thing. The servers would just be packed full of like shit, shit players and stuff. So like the servers would just break down.
Mm, yeah. I can't say anything positive with free to play.
I mean, I don't think it's a good idea at all.
Yeah. I can't think of anything positive apart from obviously getting more player base. But the thing is, he did mention that the free to play how there you can try Final Fantasy 14 for free. And
Oh,
you
the
can
trial thing, yeah.
yeah, and you don't have to pay up until level 35 now, I think.
Yeah, it's 30 or 35.
Yeah, because I think it was 30 before, and I think they might have increased it to 35, which I feel like it's actually a good place to stop because you get to play Bravelocks, which is probably the first dungeon that was actually probably will give you a challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, he talked about upping that maybe to level 50 soon. So
Hmm.
basically, the whole Realm Reborn thing might be free. So I have no arguments with that. You can play up to Realm Reborn, I guess, if they do implement that in the end. But I think they will
Yeah.
gradually just increase the level cap. Like, I think right now it's 35, but 40, 45, and then 50. Eventually, you can finish a Realm Reborn if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
And a Realm Reborn is a huge game.
Yeah, I suppose it is, but that fucking story probably turns some people off.
I
Like
mean,
all those, yeah.
yeah. Just thinking about it, if I had a Realm Reborn free to play from level 1 to level 50 and I get access to all the patch prior to Heaven's Ward, it is a huge game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot for free, so.
Yeah. A lot of story, man, too much. I can't even imagine myself doing it anymore. I can't imagine myself like making a new character and go through that again.
Yeah.
I mean, I have an alt which is in Heaven's Ward, but that's about it. I don't feel like I can.
Yeah, no, I think I've done it. I think I did a Realm Reborn 3 times on
Yeah.
3 different characters, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this again ever.
I'm surprised you actually did it 3 times.
Yeah, well, I was a bit had nothing else to do, I guess. Time anyway.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's an interesting thought. If Final Fantasy 14 does go free to play, but let's hope the community says no to this because I feel like we're gonna be losing more than gaining because there's already like in World of Warcraft, there's a free leveling system as well. It's for level 20, I think only for them though.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've changed that recently, but last time I remember, it was like level 20, which is not
Yeah.
very much considering the cap there is like 110 or something.
Yeah, so I feel like yeah, you can eventually make Around the Reborn free, maybe out on the next expansion
Yeah,
because that would be like 3 expansions in.
yeah. I think it's fine to give the base game away after the like 3 expansions. So it's
Yeah,
been what would be about 5 or 6 years
yeah,
at
yeah.
at
It
that
would
point
be, wouldn't
anyway.
it? Now that I just say that, I was like, oh yeah, it'll be 5 to 6 years.
Yeah,
Ah, well, yeah, I guess that's it pretty much for this episode. It's a very short one. We're trying to make things shorter and shorter because people don't have the attention span to sit and listen to us for like half an hour. Um,
yeah. We tend to ramble a bit.
we do tend to ramble a little bit. There was actually I don't know if I told you there was a comment section where it's like, this video is too long.
Bloody hell.
Uh, but yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. As always, we'd like to hear from you guys what you think if Final Fantasy XIV becomes free to play. Do you agree or do you not agree? Let's hope you don't agree to that.
Yeah, unless you want to ruin the game.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's right. And you can always follow me on Twitter at Munchkins Gaming and on Facebook at Munchkins Gaming. This is Munchkins and Deli logging off, and we'll see you guys in the next level. Bye bye.
See ya.